guys, welcome back. It's Nana Foxy Mama 365. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Ding ding ding. Hi guys. So pretty much we're back in the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 13 episode 13 10 10 20 it is. Well, before I do that, I wanted to say a few things. First of all, I would like to say big congratulations to all the Grammy Award winners. Yeah, big night for Beyonce. She cracked another record, so good for her. Well done to the Queen Bee. What else did I want to say? Yeah, I also want to talk a little bit about the Meghan Markle debacle and everything. Usually I'll do what in the world is going on, but I haven't done that in a little bit because I've been so busy with exams and all that. Yeah, but it is what it is. But with Meghan Markle's situation, it's kind of sad. And when someone is talking about mental health, we need to do our best to listen, because it is a very serious situation. It can happen to literally anybody. And I think my big takeaway is never to look at anybody else and think, oh, they're having such a great life, because you just really never know. Because we're all like, oh wow, she's getting married to a prince, she's going to be in the castle, people are waiting on her and dusting over her, and see the speed in which she took off and did that Oprah interview and all of that. So it's kind of sad. Hopefully they can get back to a good place, at least with the family, because it's just sad to see Harry and his brother, not be, that would definitely make their mom sad. Anyways, it's Cynthia's wedding, so pillow talk. Forgive me. Anyway, Cynthia's wedding 10-10-2020. So yeah, so we're reeling pretty much from the fact that there's a hurricane literally about to hit, and Cynthia is still trying to get married on this day. Page 6 obviously had posted a lot of stuff about the bachelorette party, and people are suspecting who it was. It was obviously, they're thinking it was Kenya. That it seems and it sounds like a Kenya thing. So one day until the wedding, Cynthia is really, really stressed out. Hurricane Delta is on its way, so she's ordering pizza. I think they were meant to having a rehearsal dinner, and unfortunately it's about to rain. So they have to move everything indoors, and it's a pandemic, it's COVID-19, so she has her family, friends, Mallory's around, Mike's daughter is around, and some other friends, so it's pretty much a COVID-19 wedding. So yeah, so Eva the Diva is back, okay? Kenya, we have Kenya, Mallory, Kandi all sitting outside, and they're going to have a little tete-a-tete. So of course they go to start talking about the blogs. The blogs have been speaking about the bachelorette party. What in the world? Eva wants to know. And in my mind I'm thinking, Eva, is just as well you were dumped, okay? It's just as well you're not in the, because you probably would have been pregnant. I don't even know. I'm like, Eva really looks good, and it's kind of, I wish Eva had given us this, anyways. Eva wants to know what went down, okay? So saying that a little upset, she's talking about the blogs. First of all, saying, how the wedding and Wendy Williams going on her, and how Cynthia has been a selfish blog, kind of making her to be like a Bridezeller. And she's saying no, that she just wish they would talk about all the other things that have been hitting her and what she's been going through to make sure she's got hand sanitizer, she's got temperature checks, which is not a test for COVID, but she's also asked people to go do a test for COVID. But I think at that point it wasn't that easy getting a test done unless you really had severe symptoms and all of that. Anyways, so go into the bachelorette party, and Eva wants to know what the hell went on, okay? What in the world? So Kenya is of course happy to tell. So Kenya is saying, that Portia definitely had something, and things were going down, and people were going down, and Tanya was there, and she wasn't sure if some Shamia was there, but the girls were definitely, doing some things together. Woo! The coffee table was moving, and at this point she's like, Kandi, some people that were actually witnesses. Not me. And she's like, yeah, some lips were kissing other lips, both up and down. Candy's like, girl, listen, were you there when the coffee table was moved? She's asking Cynthia, and Cynthia's like, no, she wasn't there, she was out. So she's like, okay, some things were going on with the coffee table. The coffee table was moving, and of course everybody wants to know, why was the coffee table moving, okay? So she says, well, you know what, lips were going down, but it wasn't her lip, as Kandis saying. It wasn't her lips, okay? Kenya thinks that Portia will definitely kind of discredit her, you know, if other people don't come and say, oh yeah, this really happened. And I'm thinking, Kenya, why are you so bothered? Like, why are you so worried about someone else's proceeds? But, like, why are you trying to police someone else's, like, it just doesn't make any sense. Now you're trying to say, oh, because if it was her, if tables were turned, it would have been, yeah, they would have come at Kenya. And that might be true. However, it's just sad because it's just sad to see. But anyway, Kenya doesn't have a storyline because she's talked about her mother. We've seen that before. We don't care. She still tries to talk about Mark. We've seen that. They're getting a divorce. We don't care. So what else is she going to talk about? So go ahead. So anyway, Kenya thinks that, oh, Portia and the other ladies are going to discredit her. And she pretty much wants Kandi and Marlo to back her up because obviously they were also there. And Candy's like, girl, why are you so interested in what happened to other people? Just let them live their life. And she doesn't believe, Kandi doesn't believe in shaming. So of course the other ladies go away. They get to sitting and having a little tete-a-tete. And she's saying, girl, I'm going to have to call you and Marlo as my witnesses because I don't want Portia to, you know, say that, oh, it didn't happen and start calling her a liar. Anyway, she says, don't leave me out with my panties down, okay? Because the other ladies had their panties down. Meanwhile, the nieces are having a nice time in Nice, okay? Shamia is doing a nice Nice party. Wee, okay? It's a no judgment zone, and it's a night in Nice, okay? Niece. And the nieces are Marlo, Shamia, Toya, Drew, Portia, and there's no Tanya. Strange, okay? So we don't see Tanya. So Kenya, they start talking about Kenya with the hashtags. Hashtag, it wasn't me. So she's trying to kind of say, it wasn't me. In other words, so she thinks that if other people can say, oh, it wasn't them, and there are only 6 people, if 4 people say it wasn't them, then you're going to be like, okay, the 2 people were definitely Tanya and Portia, maybe, you know? And she's like looking at, like, so that's what she's hoping for. Immediately Marlo says, yeah, she didn't even know Kenya did that, but she also did, it wasn't me. And she says it was because her nephew, one of her nephews, the 13-year-old, asked her, Auntie, what were you guys up to? I read the blogs or something, I heard about the blogs. And she was trying to say, no, I didn't do anything. However, she's kind of trying to say that it wasn't about her being friends with Kenya, that she didn't even know, she hadn't unfriended Kenya, that she still had Kenya blocked. So she just was like, hashtag, it wasn't me because of her nephew. But anyway, Portia is like, Portia kind of sidelined Marlo. And I'm thinking to myself, why Marlo feeling the need to, you know, to do that? You know, like, if you know in your heart of heart it wasn't you. But I think Marlo just like saying, oh, she wants to clear the air. But I just feel that was bullshit. You didn't need to do that. If you know in your heart of heart you were not there, like, you just didn't need to write. Like, it just seemed kind of funny. Anyway, she says that anyway, Portia ain't going to be the one dictating her friendship with Kenya or anybody else for that matter, okay? And Portia, like, yeah, she just side-eyeing Marlo and kind of saying, yeah, fair enough. I'm that kind of girl too. I don't think that because I'm not your friend doesn't mean that you shouldn't be friends with someone I'm going through something I'm not speaking with. You know, I get that. And I totally respect any girl that does that because I don't understand why because I'm not friends with someone, the other person, if we're 3 friends, the other person kind of thinks that, oh, you have to also, you know, be in a bad place with that person. That's totally bullshit. That's like childish. However, it's just, you know, why you know, in the bandwagon of hashtag, it wasn't me. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Latoya comes in. Yeah, Trini Girl is in the room. And it looks like she's in a good place with Drew. And they're like, yeah, Miss Flippity Flip. Yeah, they're going to get it on and all. Yeah, so, and Drew is saying, you know what? I'm always going to exchange, reciprocate whatever energy you give me. If you give me good vibe, I'm here for it. So Latoya is kind of being nice. So, okay. So they get to doing the bricks and they're topping over, they're asking questions. And we surprisingly see Latoya saying, yeah, if she could have any other girl, it would be Drew. I didn't believe that because I see Latoya talking and saying, oh yeah, that Drew had said she had never ever seen her, you know, sober before. So she's like, yeah, I'm sober now. So you can see that kind of Latoya holds on to things. That's the kind of person I see Latoya as. She holds on to words and, you know, keeps on at it. But anyways, they asked Marlo to go topless and Marlo actually does it and I'm like, okay, Marlo, we see you. Yeah, your tits are up and high. Good for you, Marlo. So Marlo is running around topless, you know, and the other lady's like, yeah, yes, Marlo, yeah, Marlo's a niecey, okay? So now they get into the blogs. Love B. Scott had now written that she spoke about Portia and Tanya being the two girls that were coupled, whose was coupled by Bolo's And of course, she also says at this point, Latoya also says that, oh yeah, by the way, Obolo also said that he posted something. And Portia's like, what? Just kidding, Portia. Calm down. Keep your panties up. Kenya said she had heard, you know, some noises, and she's obviously, so she's not asking Portia, was it you or Tanya? And Portia like, girl, where are you coming from? What in the world is going on? Why would you be asking me? Are you trying to like perpetrate Kenya's BS? You know, so she's saying that no, it just feels like Kenya was the one that leaked the story. And of course, they take us to a flashback to where Kenya had said, oh yeah, if it was a story by B. Scott and TMZ, that yeah, but she doesn't mess with Page 6, who were the first ones to break the news, right? But we'll see. But she's friends with Love B. Scott, so does that mean that Kenya did reveal something? I don't know. But Latoya is saying, quite frankly, she really doesn't care. Let's just drop it. And you see that Latoya is kind of being two-faced, because they're like, are you with Kenya trying to, you know, perpetrate the mess and ask who it was with the stripper, or are you, you know, with us? Because it seems like, yeah, with us, the nieces. However, we also see you, you know, with Kenya and, you know, perpetrating and asking some questions. And she's like, no, she really doesn't care who it was and all of that. But they're like, yeah, if you really don't care, how come you also had a hashtag, it wasn't me? And I'm thinking at this point, Latoya is full of shit. Latoya is full of shit because you were there with the ladies when everything went down. Granted, you probably were not there at the point where things were really going on at the end with Bolo. However, you were there. So you trying to act the hashtag, it wasn't me, is bullshit. So stop it. You know, I'm side-eyeing Latoya for that, okay? So she's trying to say she doesn't really care who it was and what happened with Kenya and all of that. And Drew's like, girl, that's not true, because you were actually coming at me with the bullshit at the table at the last dinner where you were talking about my husband and me going down with Bolo and all of that. And she's like, yes, you did go down with Bolo, and that's because you had also told me that my marriage, you know, I didn't have any honor in marriage. And she's like, yeah, so do you have any honor in marriage? Since you were grinding on both, and at this point, Drew is having none of it. Drew gets up and like, Latoya, never ever. Guess what? You will never speak on me. You will never talk about me, about my great my perfect marriage, my perfect kids, my perfect business. I have 3 perfect kids. You will never, Latoya. And at this point, she get angry. You're like, okay, what in the world is going on? Everyone things are like, whoop. I thought you guys were in a good place just like 5 minutes ago. What really is and Drew is having none of it. Look, Drew is like, girl, bye. Stop this, you know, back and forth bullshit that you're doing. Come at me correct, okay? Otherwise, you'll be getting your ass dragged like someone in Chi-Town, okay? That's according to Portia. Anyways, at this point, they calm down. So Portia is trying to find out, really, Latoya, who are you? Are you really a friend of Kenya? Are you trying to find out what happened? Or are you trying to really be our friend? And at this point, Latoya is like, yeah, I don't know whether she's drunk or high. I don't know what it is. But Portia is like, okay. I think Portia has figured out that this girl really can't be trusted. And it's just as simple as that. Anyways. Back to the issue. She now goes on, this Latoya saying, well, the whole thing is Kenya, you know, Kenya is just trying to figure it out. It could be Kenya, you know, telling B. Scott, but she doesn't fuck with Page 6, but it could be Kenya. So Kenya is talking about the threesome, the Condolingas, and it was a 3-way with Kenya, with Portia, Latoya, and Tanya, and maybe Shamia. And everybody's like, Portia like, no, that didn't happen. Girl, bye. Okay, Portia. But anyway, Kenya is still going to perpetrate that, whatever. And at this point, Latoya has to tell everybody that, well, Kenya is going through a lot. And at this point, her husband is actually asking for alimony. Yeah, Mark wants check. And of course, ladies are like, girl, why would you put that out there? And I'm glad that Drew calls her out immediately. Drew says, girl, why would you put someone else's business out there if she's meant to be your friend? What kind of friend are you? Like, and that's the truth. What kind of friend will just spill out that kind of, I can't with Latoya. I just can't. So Portia is like, okay, and then of course like she still goes on to say that, you know, going through a divorce is hard, and Kenya's going through a divorce, that's why she's being funny, and that Portia can understand it because Portia too has been through a divorce. And Portia's like, oh girl, if you're going to be doing your confession and your whatever, girl, don't be putting me involved in that. Give your testimony, leave me out of it. You know how when people go to go to give a testimony and then they're like, praise the Lord, thank you Jesus for saving me. You know, I used to date brother this and brother that and sister that, and everybody's like, oh, the whole church is like, oh, okay girl. That's pretty much how Portia is feeling. Like, look girl, you can put out yourself out, but you don't need to fund me, okay? So everybody's going to pretty much going to be side-eyeing Tanya from this point on. 10, 10, 20. So Cynthia is okay with her mom, which is kind of nice because her dad ain't coming. So thankfully, because her dad is not going to be there, her mom can happily breathe in and breathe out. So they're in a good place. Drew also is not going to be she's going to be making it, but she can't sing because she's lost her voice after all that alcohol and all that yelling the night before. So saying pretty much everything that can go wrong has gone wrong. There's a hurricane, people's dresses couldn't fit, Mike's wedding ring couldn't fit, her dad ain't showing up. Drew, like, listen, everything that can go wrong is going wrong, and that's pretty much what is to be expected at a wedding. And then the camera crew is also being her wedding is also not going to be covered by the production team. It's going to be covered by Cynthia's production team, and I'm like, while they did a good job, but it wasn't that great for me because you could tell the difference. Like the lighting wasn't that good. There were just so many things. You could tell that just wasn't that great for me. But kudos to Cynthia for at least getting us the footage. Cynthia looks extremely beautiful, gorgeous. The wedding just was a knockout. I'm glad she didn't go with, you know, the traditional white. I'm glad, you know, she went with something else, which was kind of nice, you know. So yeah, Dennis is at the wedding. I don't know why. Anyway, Dennis shows up, and at this point Portia is like, listen, just before the wedding, Dennis decides to put something. He says he's single as fuck, okay? And Portia is a little feeling salty that he did that, just because it just like seems like, oh, he's doing it because he saw the blogs talking about Portia and Tanya possibly sleeping with the stripper. But that is not the case. He's doing it because they are really not in a good place and they have really broken up, you know. So she's like, she feels he's kind of playing games, and she says no matter what, she would have been there to support Cynthia for her wedding, you know. So Portia looks really nice. They are in black. No, yeah, Portia, the other ladies are in black, and the bridal train is in white. So we have Kenya and Candy and Eva on the bridal train, and they all look. Eva again is stunning, you know. Eva is a beautiful lady. You can't take it away from her. I just wish Eva had given us more for the seasons she was on the show. Okay, so of course they go back to Cynthia's wedding with Peter, in which they're like, oh, we didn't have money, and Cynthia was in tears and there was so much chaos. And this time around Cynthia says yes, she's really happy, she's really in a good place, she's really feeling Mike. She loves this about him. She loves his lips, she loves how he smells, she even loves his balding hair. Good for you, girl. And there's so many other people there, you know. Giselle is there, Shamia, Kayla, his daughter, that's Mike's daughter, Eva, of course, Candy, Drew, Claudia, Claudia there, Mallory, Princess Love, but no Nene. Well, I totally get it, because I was thinking to myself, would I go to a wedding during the pandemic? It will most likely be a no for me. Yeah, because it most likely will be a no for me in the pandemic. Especially if, you know, if heaven forbid someone falls ill after the wedding, will you be able to live with the fact that someone, you know, dies possibly? But thank God it seems that everybody was okay after the wedding. So yeah, but had it been me, I probably would have either called it off. But if that 10-10-20-20 was really the date I really wanted, it probably would have just been a really small, intimate affair. But I get it. Cynthia felt she really needed to have this because she had been robbed of it the first time, and she wasn't going to let that happen. But I'm glad it happened and it looked beautiful and it went well. So the wedding holds. They say their vows, and Cynthia can't wait to kissing those lips. And Mike is like, girl, not yet. He hasn't said it's time to kiss the bride. Yeah, so you see Cynthia is looking really pretty. Noelle, I don't know why Noelle's looking a little pregnant, but okay, Noelle. I don't know what's going on there. But anyways, Eva's Mike. And she's talking with a guest. And he's asking about the carpet munching. And they're talking about bolos. And they're like, yeah, apparently it was so huge that's why I got a lot of the other girls. Okay. So it's kind of, I don't know why they're showing us this. This is just so ridiculous. But anyway, Eva really wants to know who got fucked. Okay. Portia and Dennis go to dinner. Quite frankly, I don't care. Nah. I don't care about this relationship because I don't care. You're either together or you're not. And then if you are not together, then stop all this romantic trying, be together and getting upset that he's saying, oh, he was, I don't even know. So it pretty much at the end of the day, Portia is saying, you know what, if we didn't have PJ, we probably won't be together. You'd have moved on, I just think, I really don't care. Do you? I don't care. Next week, Marlo is going to be getting into the fact that Latoya is spilling Kenya's tea all around town. And Kenya is going to be telling Latoya, girl, bye. I had a crush on you. That was a week old crush, but I'm done. And I love it. I'm here for it. Thanks, guys, for watching. Be sure to share. Be sure to like and subscribe. Click that notification bell. Woohoo!